don't think somebody with a disability or a differing need should be excluded from anything.
We attended one of her adult programming sessions. She and I got to talking and came up with the idea of maybe starting a book club.
So in the fall of 2017, we had our first Goodyear BraVo book club. Our first book was Wonder by R.J. Palacio. When we have the meetups, everybody gets their own individual book to follow along with. We read the book aloud. So we'll read 2, maybe 3 chapters each meetup. And then part of what we do at the end of the books is we have what I call culminating event. So we find some tie into the book and we go on an outing. We read a book called Soul Surfer by Bethany Hamilton. It was a little bit of a deep read. Everybody seemed to enjoy it, but I wanted them to experience something tied to it. So we checked in at the tech zone down at Maine, and Brett Neff talked a little bit about the equipment and the software and how the camera works and exactly what a green screen is. So we would pretend like, we were surfing, and he would have the images that he could incorporate into it. So it was really, really cool.
I'll have to say slow surfer when we were doing that on the strip was because
I just want to. It's so sweet. I love it.
My favorite culminating event was the Kent State Airport for Hatchet. The book was about a boy who was on a plane going to see his father, and the pilot of the plane had a heart attack. So the little boy had to then drive the plane, which it crashed on an island, and he had to survive on his own. We decided to go to the airport as the culminating event because the book was about a plane, and we thought that would kind of like reel it in all together. So we went to the Kent State Airport and we got a tour of the airport, and the gentleman that gave us the tour allowed a few of our folks to fly in the flight simulator.
I got to steer the steering wheel and watch I tried making the plane go straight.
Yeah.
But I ended up in the pond.
Oh, that's right. It was so cool though. Yeah, again.
The front was the actual airplane, and then there was a part in the back where you could sit and just watch, and then that was where they controlled the weather too. When you're sitting on this side on the bench, it feels like you're in the actual airplane, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna sit there because it's making me sick.
Part of why I like to tie the outings in is I think it's important to show the relevancy of what we read and connect it with the real world. A lot of these folks have never been to an airport. Some of them have never been on a plane. So this was the closest that, for some of us, we might get to being on a plane.
To me, inclusion means everyone, no matter what their ability, coming together as a community and doing things together.
It's just all about that connection, and that connection could be with anybody. You develop a connection, that's the goal. Awareness is just the first step. Acceptance is next, and then inclusion, I think, is the essential outcome. And honestly, it's a library core value here with Akron-Summit County Public Library.
Is really inclusive, because you have folks from multiple different agencies and organizations coming, and then you also have folks from the community coming as well. They just intermingle, and it's wonderful.
Don't look at somebody at face value. You need to look past their disability and just treat them like anybody else. Get to know them, find out what service you have to offer. If you have jobs available, reach out to these folks. They may be able to do the job just as anybody else. For me, this includes ensuring that programs and services here at the library are ones that adults of varying abilities can participate in. Now, there might be a need for modification, but it's allowing them the opportunity to come and engage just like anyone else.